That's what it says. They take your time.
Hi, guys. We are live. And Ken is trying to determine when his computer should update. Hi, Mary is in Alaska. How is the weather up there? I hope it's cooler than it is here, Mary. And I hope you're having a great time. Linda, welcome. Judy P, hello. Lee is here from Indiana. So what we have tonight,
I'm trying.
we need Sarah to turn the sound off of her computer.
Be careful, machine.
Roxanne. Okay, I think we're okay now. All right.
I shouldn't use the volume on this if you don't want me to have it on.
Oh my goodness, where am I at? Okay. So,
We're full of wham-whams tonight.
yeah, we are. Everybody's over here feeling sorry for themselves tonight. And Mary, it's all because you're in Alaska. Linda, good afternoon. Lois is here. Donna's here. Terry is here. Hi, Terry.
Linda said it's 98 degrees in El Paso.
98 in El Paso. Okay, well, it's
Charlene and Rosa.
almost 90 here. Hi from muggy Livonia, New York, Kathy. And Charlene is from Colorado. She might be the only one who's comfortable. Very cold, Victoria, Australia for Nancy. It is winter time down there. Okay, I am going to get started here. Hi, Kay. What we've got tonight, Spin and Echo. I am really, really excited about this one tonight, guys. I took it out and I played with it and I frustrated myself. Then I had an epiphany. And what the epiphany was I was probably using the wrong number of reference lines. And so when I went from 16 reference lines and switched over to my 6-point crosshair ruler, everything came together. Isn't that great? Okay, so I've got 24 reference lines on here, which is not, it sounds horrible, but it's not. And I want you to just kind of take a quick look at this before we put it all onto fabric. I have been so excited about this all day today because I can't wait to show it to you guys. I really can't. Let's see. Oh, Carol's here. Carol's from Troy, New York. Lorraine is here. Diane is here. Anne. Oh my gosh. Everyone is here. Hi, Joyce.
So long.
California. Hey, are you guys hot out there too? I don't know if this is just a countrywide or just our part of the country. We're having heat.
They're burning down.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this. Let me get my little black sheet again, because this is important stuff if we want to do this right. Okay.
Terrible picture.
Ken says there's a terrible picture somewhere.
It's, well, your camera is fuzzy.
My camera is fuzzy?
A little bit, yes.
Because on mine it looks great.
No, on ours it's fuzzy.
Okay, let's do that. How's that look?
Take a pull.
Take a pull. Is my camera fuzzy, guys? Oh, 88 and humid. Yeah, that's the hard part when it's 88 and humid. Oh, Joyce, I feel sorry for you. Perth is here. Matt Hilda, Debbie Poole is here. Janice Jewstrom is here. Hi, neighbor.
It looks better.
Okay, good.
We're good.
So what we've got on Spin and Echo is we have points from 4 inches to 12 inches. And that is what these mean. Now, when you look at them, you're going to say, well, that's not a full inch apart. And I'm going to say, no, you're right. It's not. It's exactly a half an inch apart. Because remember, when we're doing a spin, we're doing a half an inch on each side. Ken's got a question.
Sandy Feldman says relative to your camera.
Yeah.
It's not as sharp as usual.
It's not as sharp as
Turn the light
usual.
on.
Let me try that. Does that help?
No,
I don't understand it.
there. It's focusing there. I think it's a focus thing.
It could be a focus thing. This is the same one that I use every week. So this has got me confuddled, guys.
It's not a good picture.
Okay. There we go. Can you turn your, I'd like to see what it looks like. There we go. Okay. So
It's fuzzy.
I apologize. I'm at a loss.
That camera is trying to focus itself.
Now look at this.
Yeah, on hers it's beautiful.
On mine, it's absolutely beautiful.
Why would it be? I don't get that.
I don't understand it either.
Are you on, what is that? That's not YouTube.
I am in StreamYard.
Well, I don't need to see it. I just wanted to make sure your people can see it.
Okay. It is blurry, Linda, on her laptop, and it's usually still fuzzy on Kathy's too. Hi, Sue, welcome. Guys, I am,
Facebook is a really bad picture.
huh?
Donna said Facebook is a really bad picture.
Facebook is really bad. Yeah, maybe going over to YouTube will be better. And let me check the settings. I've got all the settings set. Okay. I am sorry. I may have to buy a new camera this week, guys. Okay. Guess we just got to kind of muddle through tonight. Is that okay? And Charlene has fuzzy on YouTube. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, let's go ahead and you could turn that light back on. Again, we've got 4 all the way up to 12 inches. And what that means is that when we get a complete rotation all the way around, we're going to have a 4-inch circle. And that's this one right here. We're going to go around. That'll be 4 inches. Then we're going to go to 5 inches. And we're going to just keep building on this. Okay.
You know, Rhonda said it looked long. Rhonda said it looks fine to her.
Okay. Okay, just a little fuzzy. We'll definitely spend some time this week looking at that, and we'll get that straightened out. So what I want to do, gonna back it up here just a second, and we're gonna start with 24 reference lines. We are going to use all 24 reference lines. And because we need these center ones as well as the 2 reference lines that we're going for here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my foot and my needle down. I'm going to come over here. How's that? Okay, thank you. I deserve a new camera. I think that's wonderful. No, this is an older one. See if I could go buy one of those big old HD cameras. Oh, that would be cool. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm pretending that this is line 1. And in order to get around on line 1, I actually am starting on line 16 because I want the dip to cross over line 1. I hope that makes sense. Here we go. I'm going to take that 1 stitch in place, and I'm going to cross line 1 and stop on line 2. And then I'm going to twist my template. And this time where I want my center, my vertical center line to go is line 3, reference line 3. So I'm going to stitch from reference line 2 to reference line 4. And if you want to think of it as even and odd reference lines, that does help too. So now we're going to stitch from the next odd number reference lines, which would be 5, over to 7. Okay, and we're going to do it all the way around. What's kind of cool about this design is we're going to do complete circles on it as we go around. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remember we're putting the center vertical line on the even numbered reference lines. And then we're stitching from odd number reference line to odd number reference line. And you can think of it this way. Those two are even, I'm odd. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and close this. And there's our 4-inch spin and echo. Isn't that cool? Okay, now it just made a little bit of a focus motion with my camera here. Okay, there we go.
Camera's not focusing, it's fighting itself.
It's fighting itself, Ken said.
Not a good picture.
Okay. What I'm going to do here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Okay. I'm going to
Wonder if it has something to do with the color, okay?
No.
Now there's no movement and it looks like it got better.
no movement. It's great.
It's so,
Oh, now it went out, yeah.
it's greeny.
Okay.
It's definitely.
It's coming and going.
It's coming and going, I'm hearing. Okay, let's try this then. All right, guys. I want you to be able to see what we're doing because I'm really excited about this one. And I want you to have the best picture you can have. And I need to get,
You can play intermission music.
I don't have intermission music
You can
right
sing.
No. If they want to sing, that could be dangerous. So,
Nancy said, what about trying to back up the camera a little bit?
well, that's an idea.
It might be too close.
How's that?
Well. I didn't, oh, there, hang on, no, it's just backed up, there's a delay.
Okay.
It's
Is it better?
further away, but it's fuzzy,
Okay.
it's blurry. We can detect the camera trying to self-focus.
All right. Not a problem. I'm gonna do just a real quick change here. And we're gonna see if I can
Focus on the whole thing, and
Yeah.
that's the problem. It's fine in the front, and then it tries to focus in the back, and
okay. Where did Hi, guys. Not the camera I wanted you to see. What is so funny?
That's just funny.
Okay, this is supposed to be a better camera. What do you think? Is it? It's not?
Doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's got to be something wrong with the settings or with
Or the internet.
StreamYard and the oops. Where are you? Hi, Jan. Okay, I apologize, guys. I don't know what the problem is because this camera that I've got on here now was a rather expensive one. I don't want to divulge that with my husband sitting across the table from me.
Good for this to connect and not the camera.
I'll bet it is. I'll bet
It's
it
gotta
is.
be.
It's
Well,
almost
look
got to
at
be.
what they're coming with this humidity and stuff.
Yeah,
I
we do
wonder if
have some
that's-
weather coming
Is
in.
there a Wi-Fi here?
Might be the weather or the internet was from the weather.
Okay, so let's get back to what we're here for, guys. Hey, I'm serious. Like I said, I've been so excited about this all day. Can you all hear me now? Patsy, I think you're right. I think Lee, you're right. Yeah, it probably is the internet. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put a 4-inch circle. Okay, a 4-inch circle. Could you all could somebody just let me know if you can hear me out there? Thank you, Jan.
Yeah, we got our sound turned off over here for you.
Yeah, they got the sound turned off. Okay, so the next circle that I'm going to make, and remember, when we're working with paper, I do like to make sure that I have all my numbers written down here. So we're going to do the 4-inch ring, and then we're going to do a 5-inch ring and a 7-inch ring. And each one of those are independent. It's probably feels like it's going to be a lot of cutting of and bearing of thread, but it really isn't that bad. And if you don't like to bury your thread, what you can do is you can take 4 little micro stitches. I'm not sure who decided it would be 4, but 4 little micro stitches is usually just right. Okay, so I'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up we go. We're going to go over the even numbered reference line, and we're going to go from the odd to the next odd one. And this is going to be another circle that we end up doing, only it's going to be a scalloped circle. Now, when I first took this out, I kind of didn't know what to do with it. I'm going to be honest. I really did not know what to do with it. And I just played. I just literally played with it. And I tried doing 16 rotations. I tried doing 32 rotations, but I settled on the 24 rotations as I thought that was the best size, and it gave me the design elements that I wanted without it being kind of like cattywampus all over the place. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to close that 7-inch or that 5-inch, I'm sorry. And we're going to stop right there. And whoops.
Oh, Bonnie's on.
Hi, Bonnie. How you doing? Hey, I see the kids are bringing their bikes over for the team to take over to the practice field. That is a practice that I think is so awesome. Our Green Bay Packers, the kids bring their bicycles over to where the guys come out of the dressing room, and they ride the children's bikes over to the practice
The
field. Locker room. I'm sorry. And those are things that those kids are going to remember their whole entire life. I think it's a wonderful thing that they do. Oh, now what I've done is I've gone ahead and put us down to the 7-inch right here. And again, we're going to follow from odd line over even line to odd line. Okay, back up, I misspoke. The first round at 4 inches, odd over even. So odd number to odd number. The second one, I twisted a little bit. So we went over even number over the odd to the even. So you'll see that this point comes in at this valley of the second round. Okay. Can you do them the same? Yeah, absolutely. You can do them the same. If you want, that's not going to hurt the design at all. So this is 4 inches. This is 5 inches. Now we're doing 7 inches or 8 inches. Well, you know what? That's kind of goofy. My paper says 7, but if you take a look, it's 8 inches. So I must have written it wrong on my paper. So what we're going to do here, oh, I know why. It is 7 inches, guys. We need to start out here, not here. Oh, I am totally discombobulated now because of this camera issue. Okay, so what I am doing is I'm going ahead and putting the point right straight in line with the point below it.
Jan asked which
Oh, I'm using the Spin and Echo 12. Was that my Jan?
one.
Oh, Jan O'Grady. Yeah. Oh, Jan, good job. Go Pack, go. Okay. So now we're going to come from even line over odd line onto even line. And we're going to do that all the way. Okay. The only difference being this time, we are not going to break our thread. Okay. And going to line it up again. Remember that center line. That's where we want to be lined up. And we might have to smoosh a little bit. If we need to adjust, this is where we want to adjust. So you'll see that when I came here, it looked like my template was just off just a little bit from the center. No worry. Put your needle down and go ahead and just move it over until you hit the next line. And we're going to do that again. And now this one is just fine. Okay. Remember now on this one, we are not going to break thread. And I'm going to go ahead and trim these. Normally I would bury, but this is a practice piece. Again, I'm just a little bit off here, but I'm not worried about that, not at all. I'm going to come to the center, put my needle down, and just twist this template so that I'm back to center. And part of that might just be when I was drawing it, I wasn't perfectly on. And that's okay. Because when this is done, you're never going to know that I came in and fudged those particular designs. Okay. Those motifs. Almost there. Okay, just a couple more. And then I'm going to show you how, without changing, without breaking the thread, we're going to come backwards on itself, and we're going to end up where we want to be. Okay, I'm going to put my 1/4 inch seam, my 1/4 inch spacing gauge in here, right there. I'm lined up perfectly. So where I should end up will be right. Okay, here we go. There is our last one. We end up right where we started. Okay. Now that's pretty cool in and of itself, isn't it? I really do love this template. When I like I said, when I first was like, okay, it's cool. I don't know what I can do with it. Now we get to start the fun stuff. Okay. I'm taking the template off of the pin. I'm turning it around. I'm lining up my vertical center. I'm getting my spacing gauge. I'm going to space it right here. Put my template down, keeping that vertical center line as close as possible to the vertical. I'm going to go in the opposite direction now. And when I do, I'm making footballs. Oh, we got it. Okay. So you'll see I'm making these really nice little football shapes. There is my center, a vertical center line. Here is my spacing gauge. And here is another one of those nice little books. So you see, even though this template is designed to go on a pen, it doesn't have to. And that's why I always say there's so much more that we can do with our templates. We need to be open to trying new and different things. Okay, and you see this turns out perfect every time. Of course, just because I said that, I'm going to make a mistake. That's okay. We all know that I've been to do that. Okay. So what do you guys think so far? It's probably not what you would expect.
Underwater.
I'm talking underwater.
Yeah, picture and sound is getting worse.
Okay. I'm not really sure what's going on then. It's gotta be,
The cameras look fine both tonight.
yeah,
You know, yeah, no, it's so good.
okay.
Gotta be in the internet connection.
It's gotta be the internet connection. And we've got a good connection because I'm right next to the router. And this is the headset that I use every week.
And
Yeah. No. So we'll have to figure this out before tomorrow morning, guys. Okay. We only have 2 more to go. We'll persevere, okay, guys? We'll get through this. Oh, yeah, we may have to reboot. Sarah, are you on Facebook? Okay, what I'd like you to do is bring that computer over here.
You don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, we can. Okay, and all the way around. There we go. Okay, so now I've got my little footballs all the way around. Okay, now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to switch computers and see if maybe that isn't part of our issue here. Sarah, can you put that down right here, please? For the board. Okay. Am I one? Yeah. Two. Okay. Yeah, I see that. See, what I'm seeing is not at all what you guys are seeing. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Linda says it's the same on Facebook and YouTube. I
Okay, so I'm going to quickly make an adjustment here. Hi. Okay, I am back. Okay. Let me just get this computer sound turned off. Okay. Now can they hear me? No, we're going to cancel that. No. Okay.
It is.
Okay, now. This is not good, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do. Okay, there we go. Is that better? It is. Okay. So what that's telling me is that my new computer, my new really expensive computer is not working very well. Okay. Let's get back to what we're here to do, okay? Okay. There we go. So far, so good. Yes, yes, yes. Better. Okay, great. I am so glad to see that. Picture is clearer too. Awesome. Okay. So we got our 4-inch circle in. We got our 5-inch circle in. We did our 7-inch circle in. And then we took this off of the pin because we wanted to show that we don't have to have it on the pin. We can use it this way as well. And we made all these cool little footballs. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break thread right now. And yeah, we're going to have to do some breaking of thread. There's no doubt about that, but it's not that bad. Not really. Now what we can do, what I did on mine, and we'll come back and do this later, you'll see I staggered the half of the football shape over on the outside of this. What to me is really, really cool is how we came about with these channel quilting on the inside. So let me show you how I did that. Again, I'm using the peaks that are already available to us. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my page here. I want to start at one of these peaks, and where I want to end up is the next valley. Okay, I'm not going from here to here. I'm crossing all this way over. Okay, and then we're going to come back this way. And let me show you. We're going to start on reference line 1. And up we're going to go. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my 12-inch arc, and I can take my tack out now because actually I'm done with it. Ken says the camera is still not good. Hi, Randy. Okay. Whoops. Ken wants me to switch these cameras. I've just got cords everywhere here. Okay. Well, we might just be here a little late tonight, that's all. Okay. You know what, guys? I got so many cords here, I don't even know what I'm doing here. There we go. Okay. Here we go. We're going to take this one and we're going to put it over there. There's Ken. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hopefully turn that one off, although I'm not even quite sure where it's plugged in. So we're going to go here and we're going to unplug it. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to my settings here. I'm going to try and get this one back on. There we go. There we go. How's that look, guys? Okay, it's freezing up now. It looks great, but it's frozen. Okay. There we go. Let's make sure we see if this one works. I'm not going to make any more changes, guys. We'll just muddle through this way, okay? All right. So we're going from line 1 to reference line 3. Okay, so we're going to take that one stitch in place. And we're going to stop at reference line 3. Now we're going to cross over reference line 4, and we're going to stop at reference line 5. So we're going from 1 to 3 to 5. And remember, we've got 24 reference lines here, so it's definitely going to take a little bit of time, but you should take your time, enjoy the journey, right? Okay, so we went from 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 now. All right, 7. And the next one's going to be 9. Yep. And we're going to come down here. Now, this process, we can come all the way around. Okay. The important part to me is that we end up in this valley here, and we're going to end up at the peak on the rotation below it. There we go. I'm going to get that out of my way there.
Good. Get my spacing gauge here. Okay. Remember, cross over the even lines. We're going to end on the odd numbered lines. We're just going to do a couple more here. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me doing this all the way around. And I do profusely apologize for all of the technical difficulties tonight. Hopefully we'll have everything worked out for tomorrow morning. Again, stopping on these peaks, but every other peak. We're not going to stop on every one. Okay. Whoops, I was about to go one too many there. Okay, one more stitch. Oh, we only have one more to do after this. So let's go ahead and get these done. Cross the even numbered, end up on the odd numbered, and this will be our last one. They look like little triangles when we're all done with them. And remember now, we are not going to break thread at this point. Isn't that a pretty design? You don't even need to go any further than this if you don't want to. But you guys pretty much know me already, and you know I'm going to go further, right? I'm not ready to stop here. Definitely not. Oh, Karen, hi from Indiana. Thank you, Vonnie. I appreciate that. Yeah, befuddling technology. Ken has that right. Patsy, thank you so much. Sandy, I'm glad it's, oh gosh, I still blurry. I wish I was Samantha Stevens. I could twitch my nose and everything would be great. Okay, so what we've done is I'm gonna get this up here. So we've done these big triangle shapes. Now what I want to do is I want to go inside of these triangle shapes and do another echo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel stitch. We have two ways of doing that, remember. We can go ahead and put our template on, line it up again, and go ahead and go in approximately 1/4 of an inch right there. Yeah, actually I had it the first time. There we go. So you'll see my foot is 1/4 of an inch away from the previous line of stitching. Now where I want to go is I want to come up and stop on the even numbered line. Okay. So we're actually echoing this little triangle shape. So to do that, we need to use our spacing gauge. Make sure we've got that set up. Now we're going to come up until we hit that center line, that reference line, and I am going to keep moving this template or this ruler around for you because I want you to be able to see everything that we're doing here. And we're going to come down over here. Now, you have options, okay? One of those options is to travel and do the echo on the next triangle shape. Okay, or we can come in, let's do the triangle shapes. Doing it the other way isn't going to work that well. So now to travel, you have, again, those two choices. You can pull your template out, follow it, twist it around, and again, follow that template until your foot is 1/4 of an inch away. And I'm going to use my spacing gauge to make sure that we end up on the proper reference line. Oops, there we go. Now, there's more than one way to figure this out, okay? And I want you guys to see this because a lot of us, as we work with our pieces, our reference lines can get kind of scarce, kind of hard to see. So I know that I'm coming up on this right-hand side at 1/4 of an inch. When the foot touches that left-hand side, how far away am I? Can anybody tell me? Oh, come on. I know you guys know this. We're 1/4 of an inch away. So we can just literally line up our 12-inch arc and come back down. And you'll probably notice I got a little wobble on that one. I'm not going to worry about it. Now, for those of you who are free motioners, we don't need to take the template. And even if you're not a free motioner, this is such a very short distance. I know you guys can do it without the template. And there we go. We're 1/4 of an inch away. And we're going to stop. If you want to, you could easily just put your ruler this way, stop when you get to the line. I prefer it in my left hand. I'm more comfortable with it that way. And you will find which way you feel more comfortable, okay? And there is no right or wrong way. It's whichever way you want to do it. Now, somebody said this looks like a 6-pointed star. By golly, you're right. I never saw that before. But that star is going to disappear as we continue to add echo lines. Okay, back down. I'll do one more. Okay, and here we go. And you notice I'm going to stop. Even though I'm not using the template, I want to stop and move my fabric around because for me, moving in this direction, I feel more confident. And that is important. The confidence that you have in what you're doing will help you succeed. So that to me is important. Okay. Whoops, I got a little wobble there. I'm not going to worry about that. Because in the grand scheme of things, nobody's going to notice that. Isn't that great? I'm just going to come down on this side. And I'm going to call it a day on this side, okay? I'm going to do a couple micro stitches there. There we go. And we're going to cut those off. How we doing? Good so far? You guys like that? Ken said he was going to say 3/4 of an inch. You guys got this, though. You all know it's 1/4 of an inch, right? Yeah. It's good to sometimes tell husbands, you're wrong. Okay. So now, what else I did with my echoing is I've got this portion. I want to make sure you can see that. I've got this portion done. I'm not going to do any more on that, but I am going to come over to the next spaces. And this is the space that I'm talking about right here. These are the spaces between the spaces. I like that. You know what else would look really cool in here? Just thought of this. Okay, I'm squirreling. So please bear with me. A mini spin effects would really look adorable in there. That really would. Now, if you're doing a mandala quilt or something that has the center, and even if you were doing a square, this would be a great design to put onto that quilt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start here where I started before, and I'm going to try and get my fabric over that little hump of cords. I've got all kinds of cords here, guys. Seriously, they're everywhere. I don't know. I'm going to get these all taken care of. Now, we have 3 different measurements on our spacing gauge. How many of you use the 1/8 of an inch spacing gauge? I'm going to tell you straight out, this is the first time I've ever used it. Okay. And it's because I want this next line that I'm putting in, we are going to make it 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the template, right? Because that's how our foot works. Our foot gives us 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the template to the needle. Well, if I want this 1/8 of an inch away, then I have to move. I can't leave my ruler here. I have to move it back 1/8 of an inch. Well, I can guess. I can kind of guess what it is. But you know what? I'd rather be sure. So I've got that moved back 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my needle down and I'm going to pull my bobbin thread up. And you know what? I'm going to do it again because I am not pleased with all of the space that I've got between my bobbin thread and this rotation. So boom, bobbin thread gone, right? Isn't that cool? I think that's the coolest thing. I love doing that. I feel like Houdini, a magician, hey? Okay. You never know, I might be a magician after tonight. They may make me disappear. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put that down. I'm going to, again, I do like my threads underneath my template. I'm going to take that first stitch in place and off we go. And where am I going to stop? I'm going to stop on that reference line because the reference line is right in the center of this design. Now I'm going to come over on this side and look at here. Yay, it's exactly where it needs to be. This gets exciting when things work out. That's just when it gets really exciting for me. I don't know about you guys, but I love it when a good plan comes together. Okay, now we're going to stitch back up here. Now, I'm not going to travel far on this one. Okay, I'm just going to travel 1/4 of an inch back to the center. And I'm not even going to use my template to do it. I know you guys don't need to either because you are all good enough to do this by just freehanding it, free motioning it. Okay, so now I am making the second pass and I'm going to make it at 1/4 of an inch. So I want to make sure that this edge of my foot touches this edge of the stitching. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my template here. I'm going to stop when my needle hits that reference line. And there we go. It has stopped. There. I know that because the edge of the stitching is on the edge of my reference, or it's on the edge of my foot. I'm going to go ahead, turn this around, and now I'm going to come back up. And that brings us back to our football. So now what we want to do, I should have started on the other edge, but I'm going to go ahead and break thread and start on the other edge so I can show you how to travel from one design to the other, or from, where did my thread go? There you are. Okay. Because we do need to travel from here over to here. So let's go ahead and get you set up here. I'm going to come 1/8 of an inch down. So I'm going to get my spacing gauge. Spacing gauge down in here so that I've got 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to pull, and this design works better if you go from left to right, okay? Pull my bobbin thread up. You notice I'm holding on to this template pretty hard here. I don't want it to move. Okay, take that first stitch in place, and I am going backwards, but I'm okay with that. And that is a good thing to do, is to practice stitching in all directions, because when you've got a big project on here, you don't want to try and maneuver a big quilt around for every direction that you're stitching in. It's way too difficult. Okay, I'm going to come here. Whoops, I picked up the wrong thing. Okay, I'm going to hit this there. Perfect. 1/8 of an inch. Whoops. And there we go. Now, what we could do is we can stitch over and do our next 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to free motion that. Stop there. Now we're going to come down in this area. Remember, we want to be 1/8 of an inch in here. And that looks about right. So let me get my spacing gauge. I still have another stitch to go down. Okay, one more stitch. And now, almost perfect. There we go. Now we got it. Perfect. So we're going to stop at the reference line. And remember, our foot now, because we're doing 1/8 of an inch, our foot is going to come over this line of stitching. Don't let that throw you, okay? And now we're going to come up. And this is the one that I made the little wobble on. I'm not concerned about it. So here we go. Okay, now we're going to come back this way and put in that last shape, which is kind of a, and I'm not really sure what shape that is. It's cool though, I like it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch till the edge of my foot touches that line that line of stitching I just put in, because this is going to be 1/4 of an inch away from the previous line. We'll stop when our needle hits that line, that reference line right there, and when the edge of our foot hits that previous line of stitching, then we know we're good to go. Now I'm going to line up my template right on that line of stitching, and we know we're at 1/4 of an inch, right? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to travel again. And don't let that throw you. I know you guys can do this. And this may be where you might say, I think I want this in here. So what you'll do is you'll line it up the same way it was lined up before. Whoops, we're going to get our 1/4 inch spacing gauge here, and we should be able to stitch that out perfectly. Stop at the corner. Now we need to turn that corner, and we can turn that template around. We're going to come back down here. So we want to make sure we're at 1/4 of an inch. Perfect. And down we're going to come again. And we're going to stitch beyond the 1/8 of an inch that we put in there until we have 1/4 of an inch. Whoops, my needle wasn't all the way down. There we go. So I'm going to watch over here, and I'm going to go one more stitch. There we go. Perfect. In it goes, stopping again at that reference line. We know we're at the right spot, and we're going to come up here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take this out. I love all this echoing. And, you know, I've always been one of those boring 1/4 of an inch echo people. And recently I've been looking at different echoes, and I love to see the echoing at 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, stuck in there in different sizes. I think it adds dimension, and it just adds something to it. I'm not really sure what it is, but I know I like it. And I'm going to go ahead and clip that off. And if you want, you can keep going with more rotations around here to build this design out a little bit if you want. The other thing that you could do is use your filler paddle and come out here with your ovals, go around the outside. You can keep building this as large as you need it to be or want it to be. And don't forget, you can always put something in here. It can be free motion, it can be a small spin effects, it can be some circles. Whatever you feel the mood is what you can put in there. And how many rotations did you mark on this? Donna, I marked 24 reference lines on this. It does look like a Star of David. Yes, I can post a picture when it's done, Donna. Silver Dolphin, hi, I haven't seen you. I didn't even notice you were in. You know what? You're exactly right, Linda. Linda Smith Martindale says it really looks nice. It's so different from the original template design. You know what? You're absolutely right. And that's one of the things that I like best about the Westerly templates is we can use a template and have it come out in so many different ways. And, you know, we're only really captives of our own imagination. And I tell my students, get a piece of paper, go ahead, draw it out, use your stitching line discs, have fun. Just use your imagination. Just let anything happen. Will they all turn out perfect? Well, no. Goodness, there's a lot of paper that I crinkle up and throw away. Trust me, there is a lot. But you just don't know what's going to come of it when you keep playing and keep adding. So I hope that you've enjoyed tonight. I really do want to profusely apologize for the technical difficulties that we went through. Don't know what caused it. Yeah, Ken just said it was probably the change in computers because the old computer that I'm on right now has been unreliable at best. So I'm going to have to figure out what I need to do. And we will figure it out. If you can make it tomorrow morning, that's great. Tomorrow morning, we are going to be doing strands of pearls with the 1-inch strand of pearls templates. Linda, thank you so much. Technology is great when it works, Sandy. You're absolutely right. Debbie, it's always good to see you. Linda, you are so very welcome. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing next week. Donna's going to see me in the morning. This is interesting. We're going to do triad teardrops next week. Now, that is a cool set of templates. That's from Donna McCauley Quilting. And I just hope I could do her justice. So we will meet everybody here then. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share. You know that I am available anytime you need to or want to run anything past me. All of my contact information is in sewsteady.com under the instructors menu under the education tab. And absolutely, please feel free to leave a comment for me there too. Thank you so much for being here. It really means the world to me. I just love doing this and I love sharing it. And I'm glad that you guys like what I share. So until we meet tomorrow or next week, let's quilt.